Frank asks about Matthew 24, verse 34. Jesus says, this generation will not pass away until all these things take place. And his question is, which generation? So there's Frank, two primary interpretations. One is this generation, the one that Jesus was speaking to, a generation about 40 years. So Jesus is speaking either 30 AD or 33, some debate about when he was crucified, but it's from 30 to 70. In 70 AD, the temple was destroyed. So he could be describing that event of a major turning point in the history of Judaism, the destruction of the temple, to this day has not been rebuilt. Or some theologians say, no, it's not that generation, it's the generation that precedes the second coming of Christ. So the 7-year tribulation, push everything forward to Revelation. So those are the two interpretations. I tend to lean towards the former. That is, I think he was talking about the time in which he lived. And here's why I say that. If you look at the next verse, well, not the exact next verse, verse 36, he says, but concerning that day and hour, no one knows, not even the angels of heaven. So it seems to me that Jesus is dividing between 70 AD and the second coming at verse 36. Prior to that, 70 AD. After that is the second coming. I know there's debate. Why is there debate? Because the descriptions of the destruction of Jerusalem are metaphors for the destruction of the world at the end of time. So what happened in the microcosm in 70 AD will happen at the end of time when Jesus returns. So that's why the language it could easily be interpreted either way. Here's the most important point, Frank. It really doesn't matter this generation or next. Here's the question that Jesus keeps answering. And he told his disciples, not even the Son of Man knows that day or hour. The disciples in Acts 1, 6 through 8 said, is the kingdom coming now? And he said, it's not for you to know the times and the epochs. Only God knows. So I'm just guessing. God knows. I'll tell you in 100 years. But here's what I do know, and what Jesus said over and over and over again. Be ready. Are you ready if this is the generation?